Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today I'm going to show how I prepare my dry beans. Tonight I decided to have some pinto beans for supper, so this is how I prepare my dry beans. Since it's just me and my husband who eats them, I don't have to prepare a lot. This little bit right here will make a lot. But usually I just buy a big bag of them and just pour out about a quarter of the bag each time. And then to seal them, I just close them up, put a clothespin on them, and stick them in my cabinet, or you can put this in a glass jar to store. But I spread my beans out and I pull out all the broken ones. And on pinto beans, I found a lot of times you will find some little, it looks like little bitty teeny tiny black rocks. So just pull them out and pull out any beans that may look bad and just throw them away. And now I will put them in a colander and wash them real good. I have my beans in a colander and I'm just going to run cold water over them and wash them real well, and while the water's running on them, I do kind of rub them together to get a lot of the dirt off. So I'll be right back. Alright, I have my pinto beans in a pan, and I have filled them about 2 inches over the top of them with cold water. Now if you was cooking the whole bag, you would want to use a big saucepan, because these are going to swell up and they're going to make a lot. So you'd really want to use a big saucepan, but this was going to make a lot, but it's not going to make that many. So I'm going to put it on my stove and I'm going to bring it to a boil. Once it comes to the boil, I will turn it off, cover it with a lid, and let it sit for about an hour. But I'll show you when I get to that point. So right now I'm going to put it's covered about 2 inches of water. I'm going to put it on my stove and bring it to a boil. And I'll be right back. Alright, my pinto beans have come to a boil. So what I will do is turn the heat off, put a lid on it, remove it from the heat, and I will let it set for about an hour. And then I'll be back. I just wanted to add in that once your beans come to a boil, if you don't want to turn them off and cover them and let them sit for about an hour, you don't have to. Just when they come to a boil, I would turn them down to a low, let them just barely simmer, and then cover them. And just keep a check on them, stir them every now and then to make sure they're not sticking, and add more water if needed. So I'll be back. Alright, my pinto beans have set for an hour. So I'm going to remove the lid, and you can tell they've swollen up a lot. Now I only have about 1 inch of water. So at this point you can add some more water, stir them up. I will be adding just a little bit more water, and then the salt is really your taste, but I'm going to add a good pinch of kosher salt right now. And then I'm going to turn them on low and cover the lid, put the lid back on, and then just let them simmer for several hours until they're done. I will keep a check on them, keep stirring them to make sure that they don't stick, and when they get close to done, I will be tasting it for salt. And at this point, if you want to add some ham in there, let the ham cook with it, that would be great too. But I'll let you know how long it took me to cook them. Pinto beans generally take a little bit longer than most other kind of dry beans. But if you want to put these in your crock pot, just look them over, take the bad beans out, any little rocks you might find, rinse them real good. Put them in your crock pot and fill them with water. So I can put them on low and let them cook overnight or all day. Alright, my pinto beans have been cooking on very low temperature for 3.5 hours. That does not include the hour that I let them sit. At 11 o'clock, I brought them to a boil, covered it, let it set for an hour, and then at noon, I put it on a very low boil and stirred it every now and then. And that's kind of the simmer that it stayed at. And I've checked it for seasoning and for salt. And I've stirred it every now and then. I've only had to add just a little bit of water. Usually when you don't cook them real hard and they're boiling real hard, you don't really have to add a lot of water to them. But they're good and they're tender. So what I will do now is, what I like to do is I'll take the lid off, I'll turn the heat up to about a medium high, and I will let them boil kind of hard for about 15 or 20 minutes just to thicken it up just a little bit, but you don't even have to do that. That's just something I like to do. And then I would serve them immediately. And they taste real good, and I love them. Pinto beans is one of my favorite beans. So I hope you enjoy.